and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm coming on because I'm working on a Mother's Day concept, but I wanted to show you something I was working on. So if you wanted to do something like this, you can maybe use it towards the gifts that you're going to design. So if you're interested in the video, let's get into this video. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started with this video. The first thing we're going to need is some floral foam, some floral wire. We're going to need some wire clippers. We're going to need some floral. We're going to need a basket. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, what I did was I took a floral piece of foam and I cut it. I cut it long ways like this. And then what I did was I cut it in half. So what it did was when I cut it in half, it made me a little block like this. And so what I did after that, I took our floral wire and I took it and anchored the floral foam onto the basket with the wire. The only thing I did was, I don't know if you can see, but I went in our basket and then I came around to go across the floral wire. And once I got right here, I twisted the two pieces together. And then what I did was I went back up under and then I went across again just to anchor this little floral foam down. Because what I'm going to do is we're going to upscale this basket. And I wanted to come on and show you how to add flowers or floral to your concept, add it to the basket. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Okay, first we're going to start off with some greenery here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this greenery because I want to leave it kind of long, and so we're going to go in maybe here, but I'm going to take this little piece at the bottom right here off to give us enough stem so that once we go into our foam that it'll adhere to the foam once you stick it in. So let's go ahead and cut this piece off. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some greenery, like I said, and we're going to stick in. But what we're going to do is, because I want the floral to hang down like this, we're going to stick in at an angle. So let's go ahead and do that. And what you're seeing now is you're going to see the floral take its shape to go around the concept. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Another stem. So I probably won't do a lot of talking, but I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch me for a little bit and start building this this concept. Okay, what I would do is I would go ahead, if I was just doing this and I wasn't showing you and I wanted to get through this really fast, is I would glue the stems inside of the block. And that way you don't have to worry about them coming off. If you want, you can take some moss and put on here to cover this little block up. But by the time we're done with this, you won't be able to see the block. So I feel that it is not necessary for this type of little arrangement I'm going to do on the side of the basket. And this is, I'm doing this because I want to show you something else you can do to add floral besides putting it in a container or anything like that. So let's continue on. I'm just going to put your floral in all the way around at different angles. because you're trying to go around the basket like that. You're building around. Well, this one is a little longer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stem and I'm going to go in at an angle so that it's going to curve up a little bit like this, because that's how I want the arrangement to flow. You don't have to, if you're doing something like this, you don't have to put your greenery in now, but I'm just choosing to put mine in now. It's all in your preference of how you want to design something like this. And then you can, like I said, your flowers are gonna be, they're wired, so you can adjust them. When you're doing something like this, you don't want to leave your stems too long, because the foam will build up so much with the stems that you won't be able to get all of your flora in. So you got to be careful with how much of the stem you add into the gift. So let's see what color flowers we're going to use. I think I'm going to take these. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I want it to come in at an angle like this, I'm going to trim some of this off. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is I'm taking this little flower in at an angle. And this is what it's looking like so far. Okay, let's get one more of those. Let me see where I want to put it. If I want to put it on this, if I want to put it on opposite direction, or if I just want to put it in down here. When I say opposite direction, I mean put it in right here, so that when I push it in, it's going to be coming around like this, like a swag. That's the word I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and clip some of this off. Like I said, if I was off camera, I would be gluing this down. All right, let's carry on to see what other kind of flowers we're gonna add. I have a little white flower here. We're gonna add this one in. And cut this tape off. And what I'm trying to do is, because it's Mother's Day, I just want to add a little zest to the basket. And this one here, I'm going to go in an angle right here next to that one, but I'm going to bend it a little bit like this, so when I go in, it's going to be right here next to that. But as I can see, I already need to trim this off. Make sure you can see me. We can always adjust the flowers as we need to. So let's continue on. I'm going to take another one of those and I'm going to put it on this side, because what I'm trying to do is make this swag create some balance for our gift. If you wanted to do something on a smaller scale, you can also do that too. The only thing you would need to do if you had a smaller basket, you would just take your foam, your floral foam, and adjust it in size so that you don't have this big old wad on a small basket. So let's continue on, guys. This is how it's looking. It's already building its shape around our concept. This is something easy that you can add in, guys. Nothing hard to do. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to build it in to make it look full. Some of these flowers I purchased from Old Time Pottery. Some of them I purchased from Dollar Tree. These here, you know, sometimes you may look at Dollar Tree flower and you're like, no, I don't want to use that. But if you know how to put the flowers in here the proper way, it's going to give you the desired look that you want. So you sometimes, if you're new with floral, you may have to keep working with it a little bit, but you can do it. It's not hard to do. So let's continue on building this swag here. You may have to take off some of the leaves, that's fine. You just have to, when doing a floral arrangement, you have to remember that you want to just create balance in the gift. That's what this all is boiling down to. You're creating some balance. So let me add another piece. And when I learned to do wreaths, I learned that whatever you do to one side, you try to do it to the other side. And that's going to give you the balance that you need. This piece here, we're going to have to take out because I need to trim it a little bit more. All right, now we're gonna take, let's see if I got some more fillers here. I'm gonna take these little white flowers here. And we're just gonna, what we're doing is we're just adding them in. Wherever you see a hole, you're adding it in. So I added those in right here. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a, like I said, a swag coming around the basket like this. So when you're viewing, when someone views the basket, it's gonna have that pretty, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do if I need to attach some of the stems, and I may not to the basket, but you can use floral wire for that. So this is what our gift is looking like so far. So let's continue on. I may have to turn it a little bit, guys, so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's take some more of these, and we're going to put it in at an angle. Just to fill, right now we're just filling this little gift in, a little swag in. Sometimes you may have to work with your floral a little bit, but that's fine. If you're just starting out and you're trying to do floral arrangements, sometimes you might have to work with a little bit, but don't get frustrated. I'm telling you, you can do this. This one has some, instead of it having the white ones like this, these are pink. So we're gonna go in on this side with the pink ones and fill it in. That's all we're doing now is filling it in. Like I said, if you weren't doing this, if I weren't doing this on camera, I would be gluing these in. But for the sake of the video, I'm just trying to show you how to do it. I'm gonna go back and fill it in. I just wanna show you how easy it is to add a little bit of character to your baskets and give it a, look how pretty that's starting to turn out, guys. And it doesn't take a lot. Take this one and I'm gonna add this one on top up here. I have another one here and we're gonna add it at the bottom. Because the items I'm using in here are gonna be mostly pink and white. So it's all in your preference of how you want your item. And like I said, what you do to the top, you're gonna do to the bottom. Let's take some of the stem off of this one. And the only thing you're doing with that is you're creating balance. That's all you're doing. And that's what it's looking like. And we're gonna fill all of it, where it's green in there, you can see the block, we're gonna fill all that in. So don't worry about that part. I just wanted to show you how you take an ordinary basket and make it into something beautiful. And I'm gonna use these. And right now what I'm doing is I'm basically filling in the gift. I think I'm gonna take one nice flower, size flower, and put right there for that spot. I remember when I was first doing floral, I would get so intimidated on doing flowers. But over time, I just got better, guys. Some classes on how to design floral, and I just kept working at it, and I did not give up, and I did not stop. I just made sure when I was in, you know, when I took the classes, they just told us what flowers goes well with what flowers and all of that kind of stuff when you're designing floral arrangements. Now we're gonna stick out a little more. And right now we're just filling it in. We're just, what this is gonna be, this right here is our focal point for our centerpiece, for our little swag here. And we're just gonna fill it in with some floral, and we're gonna keep on moving, guys. Don't get intimidated, you can do this. And this will increase the value on your gifts as well. If you wanted to do, let's say you wanted to do real flowers like this, right? If you wanted to take and not use artificial flowers and you wanted to use real flowers, the only thing you would have to do is you would take a, instead of using the dry floral foam, you would use the one that you can soak. And with that, when you're doing live real flowers, you want to make sure if you're using that floral foam, the one you soak, don't press, if you're going to soak it into the water, don't press it down into the water like this. Don't press the foam down into the water like this. You put it in and you let it, just sit it there and let it absorb the water and go down on its own. And the reason for doing that is the water will go all the way through the foam. But if you just took floral foam and you press it out into the water, it's not going to have, the water is not going to soak through in the middle. It'll look like it when you're looking at it from the outside, but if you cut it, you'll see that there's no water in the middle. So that's why you take the floral foam, the wet foam, if you're using, like I said, if you want to use fresh flowers, you let it soak down in to absorb the water. That's a little tip if you're working with real flowers. Some people don't know that, and they take that floral foam and they just duck it down into the water like that, and what that does is your flowers are going to die, because when you stick the flower in here like this, it's not going to get any water because there's no water in the middle of there. So if you're working with floral, live, real florals, always remember that with the floral foam. But let's go back to this. I done got on a tangent about something else. Okay. All right. Now what we're doing is we're basically filling her in, guys. We're filling her in. And what I'm doing is just finding some spots that need some TLC, and we're going to fill it in. I just wanted to come on and show you how to do this. And what that's doing is creating a beautiful swag on the side of this gift. And what I usually do these kind of flowers for, if I'm doing something like this, I usually do it on Flower Girls, the little baskets that they have. Not as big, because you know the baskets aren't this big, but I usually do something like this, little smaller floral arrangements on the side of their little basket. So I just wanted to come on, and because it's Mother's Day, sometimes I do this to my Mother's Day gifts with real flowers. So Sometimes I'll get someone that wants like a fruit basket or something, and I'll take a swag and go around here with real flower. Wait, can you see me? I'll take a swag and go from around here with real flowers and then put my fruit on the other side of there. And sometimes I do orders like that for Mother's Day. So I just wanted to come on and show you this little tutorial on how to do this one. And the only thing I'm doing now is filling her in, guys. I'm filling it in. Making sure you can't see any green, anything up underneath there. Let me adjust this because it's not where I want it to be. Say for instance, you go to the store and you buy flowers, like a flower bouquet like this. To get your flowers to open up, the only thing you got to do is do this right here, and it's going to open up your flowers. If they're smushed in the store, and you know how sometimes they're bunched up like this together, if you take your floral and you do like this, you know, like keep doing like this, it'll open up the flowers. See how nice they're opening up now from me doing that? And I guess from the gravity, it pulls it, I guess, but that's another tip. If you have any questions, reach out to me in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. That's what I'm here for. If you have questions and if it's something that I can help you with that's going to help you build your business and make it into what you want it to make it, just reach out to me in the comments, y'all. And if I can help you or answer any questions, I will. I'm just trying to make sure I have all my little areas in, guys. And with this type of concept, because this is floral on the side of the basket, I would not be shrink wrapping this. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you shrink wrap something like this, it's going to smush your flowers. It really is. So I just wanted to show you how to do this, guys. It's awkward with me. With me holding it like that, and I'm not really. And you see how we built that little small piece of foam into something beautiful? Don't be intimidated. You can do it. If I can do it, I learned how to do it, you can do it too if you're interested in doing something like this. And this is what it's looking like, guys. It's really pretty. You can't see no foam or nothing under there. And this is just a swag that's going to be on the side of your basket, on the side of your gift. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to design this gift. So I just wanted to come on and show you what you can do to a basket to increase the value even more if you're designing. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and design this concept. As you know, we're going to use our basket here. And with our floral we just did, and let's go ahead and start adding the items. The first item I'm going to use is this throw, and I purchased this room-to-room quilt throw from Aldi's. I purchased this after Valentine's Day, so I've had this probably about maybe like a week or two after Valentine's Day. So this isn't something I just purchased. This is something I've had in my inventory. And I wanted like some throws that were not heavy because it's summertime, and you know, some women don't like the thicker throws. I mean, I love them because I get cold, but for the women or for the mothers that want a throw that's light, airy, this would be perfect for her. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see how we're gonna put her in here, y'all. And what I did was, I didn't tell you, I left the back part. Well, this was in the front. So I took it from, I untied it, and I basically, this little bow is the same ribbon that was on here. And I basically put this on the back of it so that my customer, whoever's they're purchasing this for, will know what this is. It's a nice size throw too. It's a 50-inch by 60-inch throw. So let's go ahead and build this gift, guys. Okay. I'm gonna put this part in right here, but I'm going to see if I need a riser. So the second item we're going to use is it's in the same line. It's the room to room little fox fur heart pillow. And like I said, I purchased all of this stuff after Valentine's Day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the pillow behind here, but I'm going to leave the tags on, but make sure that the customer can't see the tags from when they purchase the actual throw. And what I'm doing for the heart is I'm going to turn the heart like this. Instead of putting it like this, I'm going to turn it like this so it sits on its side, and it gives your back of your basket a little bit more character. So how I'm going to get this on here is I'm probably going to fish line this on here, guys. So let me see if I need to build it up. I may need to build the blanket up a little bit. So, and what I'm going to use to build it up is I have a jewelry box. And I'm just going to take this jewelry box and put it here. Maybe take some tape and attach it down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my quilt on top of here to give it some height. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to tape this down. You don't have to tape it down, but that's just my preference of what I'm going to do. So let me go ahead and put tape on the bottom here. And the only thing this is a jewelry little box that I purchased from Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna take this, like I said, and let me put this back to see where I want it to make sure I'm putting this in the right spot. And the only thing I'm doing is I'm gonna put it right here for placement. So when I put my quilt in, it can sit right on top of the riser. Next, I'm gonna add the pillow back in. And I'm gonna turn the pillow at an angle like this. So let's go ahead and get this part anchored down. Okay, so it's anchored down in the back. I didn't want to put it too tight because I don't want to smush my pillow too much. All right, that's anchored on there. Let's go ahead and start adding our items, guys. I'm going to put this exfoliating body wash, and I purchased this body wash from Aldi's, guys. Purchased all of this stuff around the same time. So the items you're seeing me using, I did not just purchase this stuff. I've had this in my inventory, guys. But what I want to tell you is off camera, I took some pieces of tulle, and put inside of the arrangement. And the only thing how you do that is, let me show you. You take like a stem or something, and you roll it up around the stem, and you take it and you stick it inside of the foam and pull it out, and that's gonna leave your tulle inside of there. And you don't have to put any glue or anything on there, it'll stay. Okay. I'm trying to find places. So I have a Blossom little perfume, but the box is a little beat up. So I'm not gonna leave this in the box, y'all. I'm not gonna do that. You know, if my box was decent, maybe I would, but. And I purchased this little perfume from Big Lots. Okay, let's see how I wanna add this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a riser in here. And like I said, these are just boxes, jewelry boxes that you purchase from Dollar Tree. And also use your tape rolls and all of that stuff for risers. Anything that's gonna build your gift up a little, you can use it. Next thing I'm gonna put in here is this coffee mug. And I'm just gonna sit it right in here because it's double-sided, so it doesn't matter what side you turn it on. So let's see about placement of where I'm gonna put in there. I'm gonna use my tape. Like I said, I'm gonna put the coffee mug right here. Got the lotion here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna anchor this lotion down to the box. To our little riser there. Okay, let's go ahead and put this inside. All right, let's get this anchor back down here. Okay, let's go ahead and put some shred here. So I'm just going to put some tape here. Shred in here. And this shred has like a glitter, like not a glitter, but like some pretty iridescent on it. Then just fill in all my holes with the shred, guys. This is a gorgeous basket, y'all. I must say, it is. It's pretty. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit, and then we're gonna start adding our other items in, guys. All right, where's my scissors? Okay, let's clean this up. And then we'll carry on. Okay, let's see if we're gonna get this candle in here next to this. All right, let me put some glue dots on this and put this on there. Okay, let's put this in here and then we're gonna call it a day with this gift, y'all. Okay, for this space right here, we're just gonna put this little flower here, and it matches this one. These on this side, this one here and this one here, and that's gonna help create a little bit of balance. And I'm just gonna stick that flower right in there like that, guys. Okay, this is our gift as of now. Hope you guys like it. It turned out really nice. I just wanted to come on and show you how to add a floral centerpiece to the side of a gift. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. If you would be interested in doing something like this, adding some floral onto a side of a gift. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to assist you with whatever I can. All right, if you're new to my channel, please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. If you're one of my oldies, thank you so much for tuning back in to another video. If you feel so inclined, please hype the video up, because what that does is it pushes my video out into the YouTube world. Okay, until the next video, you have a safe and wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.